Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. Everybody's asleep, so I decided to come out and work on the van a little bit this morning. I said, well, let me go to TikTok. We finally got something to talk about besides being naked. Let's go to TikTok. Let's go talk about it. Plus, I want to see what everybody's doing for Christmas. How was your Christmas? What are you doing today? Then I might be a little bored because everybody's asleep, too. That's part of it. And there's nobody to talk to at the moment while I get out here and bust my butt cleaning. Plus, I had to come out here because I had to develop kind of a new plan because I don't have the money at the moment with having my car note and everything coming due to be out here buying a whole bunch of supplies and things for the van, for Haven. I don't like calling her the van because she means much more than that right now. I'm going to call her Haven. But, so I said I only have the one mat, okay? I have the one mat that I secured that I brought from my preschool that I decided I was going to use to get started. And I did decide, somebody asked me what I was going to call this journey. I'm going to call this journey Getting It Out of the Mud. Yeah, we're getting it out the mud. That's what this journey is going to be called. I'm Gemini, and this will be the first time I've ever even thought to live in a vehicle. And it's kind of funny that I'm doing it on purpose, but at the same time, do you know how many people in this world are really truly homeless and they don't have a way out, or they don't feel like they have hope? And in a way, I'm trying to take my situation that I'm doing and what I'm doing out here, trying to nomad and stuff, and make a difference for somebody else. Okay? If something small that I'm doing that is, I feel that this is a creative idea, a creative way to accomplish, maybe if someone's trying to get out of debt, or maybe you're just going through something, or maybe you lost your apartment, or something like that. I want what I'm doing to mean something more than I'm just out here acting a fool, because that's really what I'm doing, but that doesn't mean that there can't be something useful that comes from it. So that's why I said, well, let me just do it in a way where I can be open about it. And also I kept wondering, and this is like a 2-for-1, I need some content. I need something more than just working out, getting on here, showing a little muscle and a whole lot of skin, you know what I mean? And I don't have a lot of things that keep my interest. And this is something that I know will keep my interest because it's ongoing, it's daily, it's something I'm living. I actually, last night, found myself thinking, am I doing it really a justice by accepting Adventure's offer? Am I really doing this adventure a true justice if I'm not truly to God roughing it? And part of me wants to just go ahead and get the van tagged and do all that and start floating around, and just to kind of get that feel of what it's going to be like when I'm moving around and I kind of hustle to find somewhere. And I know a lot of people wouldn't put themselves in that position where you're out here and you're doing that, but I want the experience. I really do. Some people are forced to live in their cars. Exactly. And this could be a way for me to show them how to make it comfortable, or how to make it bearable, or how to come up from it. How, a lot of people don't know how to budget. A lot of people don't know how to budget finance or time. And it's not, it's not something to be embarrassed about. I know a lot of people that I've assisted over the years with my consulting that didn't know how to budget, and they own full-on businesses. And we're out here taking care of other people and don't half the time know how to take care of ourselves properly. And I'm in that same boat. And there's a lot that I don't know and didn't know. I learned as I went, even with my school. But my situation was a little bit different because I'm used to working for myself, okay? 33 years of having your own business, it's really hard to go to work for somebody else. Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville. Are you doing too? are you doing to fix it up? Yes, I'm going to fix it up. I'm not going to do a whole lot to it. Like I was explaining on last night when I came on and started this. The van is just for me to live in. It's not really to travel at this point. This particular van was purchased as a way for me to get the money behind me that I would like to have to buy what I want if I choose to do the van life. I'm not even I like it. I'm excited right now, but what if I get in here and I'm in here for the first 3 months and I'm loving it, and then all of a sudden I stop loving it? Those are the experiences I want to share. I'm fucking OCD. I have anxiety. I'm subject to going a damn panic attack and all kinds of stuff. But I'm out here doing it, and I'm bearing my soul and letting you see me do it. If I have a panic attack, I'm just going to have the damn panic attack. It will subside. It'll go away. And then we'll have another day to talk about it, and we'll move on to something else, because it'll happen again. That's just part of having anxiety. But I feel like going through the experience and putting myself out here, I'm on the fucking camera every day. Why not make it useful? Let it count for something besides fuckery. And I think about that all the time, because a lot of people say, well, how do your kids feel about this? And how do your kids feel about that? And I'm sitting here thinking about my son, who is getting ready to get out of the Marines. And he is so concerned about what he's going to do to make the same amount of money to continue to live the way he's been accustomed to living these last couple of years. And it's really bothering him a little bit. And we talk about that. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, there are so many different things you can do. They may not be conventional. You know, you have people out here like myself who don't want to rely on the help of other people, because other people are not guaranteed to be there all the time. You got to learn how to do this shit for yourself. And if that means hard times and you got to suffer through some shit in order to get it, look how much better you appreciate it on the opposite end when you do get it. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of times that I've been down, but it's never kept me down. My mom raised me on the fashion that we fall down, but we get up. There is no staying down. There's no staying down. You got a little bit of time to catch your breath, and then you got to put your big girl panties on and get back up again and see what else you can do. I mean, I remember when I came back from Memphis. Y'all, I'm making a hot ass mess, but it gets worse before it gets better. But there's like, I found a couple of holes up here in the front, so I'm gonna have to do some patches on the floor of it when I seal in all this rust, because I don't want to fall through the floor at some point. You know? So I'm kind of looking around, you know, and I'm really detailing and looking at everything that's going on. And I'm like, okay, I have got to make sure I take notes. So the journal that Adventure got me for Christmas is going to be Haven's journal. That's how I'm going to keep a track log of what I'm spending in, what I did, what days I did things on, so I can track the time frames and all of those kind of things. You know, this is what books are made of. You got to keep notes. And no, I ain't thinking about writing no book, but you never know what the hell a person's going to do. Why not be prepared? Yes, ma'am, but with him getting out of the service, he has a lot of programs that keep up. Yeah, he's aware. He is aware. It's just, you know, it's something of concern, you know. Just like when he went into the Marines, it was the unknown. Now he's coming back into the civilian life, and it is now, again, unknown, because it will be completely different. Now that he's coming back out of here, and he doesn't have his friends at school anymore. Everybody's dispersed and living their lives. Some of them got married, had kids, and here he is getting out of the service, and he's like, you know, waited this long to, you know, to live, you know. He didn't want to get into anything while he was in the service, and now he gets to live. I can't wait to see what he does. But I don't want to be that kind of parent that puts my kids in a box, because I've done that their whole life, and it wasn't even until they were older when it was too late to really adjust and everything. I mean, not too late, but it was like, you know, ingrained in them to live free. And we out here living like this and doing different things is letting them know, I feel, is letting them know that you can do whatever makes you happy, as long as you're happy and you can take care of yourself and you're not relying on anyone else to pick up the pieces if shit falls apart. You're not bothering anybody but yourself. So I don't, you know, I feel like living like this has given me a whole new aspect, because honestly, I went from my mom's house, and I've had my own place, you guys, since I was about 16. Okay, I've always had my own place. I went from being at my mom's house to having my house, to him moving in, to getting married and having our house. And I did that for 18 years. You know, I half-ass don't know who I am while I'm raising somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't believe in holding my tongue. It is what it is. And the truth is, this is life. It ain't nothing about it perfect. Shit. That's the truth. There's nothing perfect about life. You just have to kind of catch a wave and stay on that. You got to make sure that you are at peace with who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. And if you are at peace with it, it is that much harder for someone to come and knock you off your bed, off your pedestal. You know who you are. I'm discovering myself. I may not know who I am as far as like what I want to be and da-da-da-da, but I know who I am internally. I know my worth. I know my goals. I know all of that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what I want to do when I grow up the second time. I don't. And it's killing me. And all of these different things that I'm doing is so I can have different experiences, because if I don't know and I'm not experiencing, how am I ever going to find out what it is that's calling for me at this point in my life? Because I don't know. But being out here and being in the different elements and dealing with different people and different life situations, it gets me thinking. I'm very good at organizing. I'm very good at budgeting. I'm very good at creating small spaces. You know, what if this is something that I'm to do that's going to lead me into what I'm doing the next part of my life? I don't know unless I do it. I don't know. So I'm doing it. Plus, what better way, and this is another thing, my anxiety, I like cleaning, I like staying busy. If I don't stay busy, my mind gets going and going and going and going and going. Do you not realize that this ongoing project with this van life is enough to keep my mind occupied so I don't drive the rest of the personalities inside of me fucking batshit crazy? It's constant busyness. It's almost like, and like I said, I'm learning me. It's almost like having kids again. I kind of miss the responsibility. It kind of gave my life purpose being a mom. It was like all of that hubbub of getting up and getting them to school and doing everything and making sure I made it to all of the different functions they were having. That was my life. That's what I lived for. And now that I'm living for me, I don't have that same drive for life, and I'm trying to find that in my life without kids, you know, as an adult with grown children. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what the hell I like, people. I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm skydiving, snowboarding, kayaking. I'm all over the place. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Where are you? I know my kids are in the Marines. No, it's proud mom of a Marine, not a Marine. But no, both my kids are Marines though. And this was just one of the sweaters I got when they did boot camp. And I don't really own a whole lot of hoodies, you know. I like my hoodies. This is one of my favorites because when I'm missing them a whole bunch, I put this on and I remember why I'm missing them and that I'm proud of the choices that they made. And sometimes in making your choices, it takes you away from other people and their choices take them away from me. And it took me a minute to grasp a hold of that because I kept feeling like they were deserting me there for a hot second. But my son, y'all, has grown up to be such an awesome man. He calls me and turns into the daddy. And he has to school me on some stuff about parenting. He says, Mom, parenting doesn't mean you're perfect. Parenting doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. I have to have them pep talks. Because sometimes I'll get down on my damn self and I'll be like, oh my God, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. But this journey is not just a one-sided journey. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's not a one-sided journey. I'm working on me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. I'm trying to figure out what else am I good at besides wiping ass and snotty noses? Because that's what I've done my whole life. Don't get me wrong, it was very heartfelt, and I love kids, but there's got to be something else in this world that I'm good at besides taking care of kids. And I felt like this a long time. I did not make this decision lightly to close this business and put myself in this crazy ass situation in life. Okay, I realized that I put myself in a crazy situation, but I also realized that if I kept continuing to stay in the safe situation, I would never do it. I would never change. I had to put myself out here to force myself to change and get out of my comfort zone, get away from all of my friends, all of my family, all the naysayers, whomever, whatever, so that I could live my life the way I want to. If I want to get on this bitch naked, that's my business. I'm grown. I don't need nobody pecking around in my ear telling me what I can't do, you know? So I needed to get away because there were a lot of people that I already knew were not going to understand me wanting to live camping. Okay, when I started talking about this, most of my family and friends thought I was bullshitting, y'all. They thought I was bullshitting all the way up until the time I packed my car and drove my ass to Florida and did not return. They did that. Perhaps you need a good man. Now, see, that's the thing. I don't need a man to figure out who the fuck I am. If I'm going to have a man, I need to know who I am before I allow that man to even approach upon me. Because if you don't know who you are not a good suit for anybody. Okay, what can I offer? What can I, and I'm being real with you. I'm not no piece of shit ass woman or whatever, but I don't have much to offer anything or anyone at this particular time. If I'm trying to figure out me, how the hell I'm going to help you? I mean, you make that make sense. I don't get in relationships. I haven't been in one for 4 years. And then when I tried, there in St. Pete, I was met with baby mama drama on a bad decision that I knew better because I already said I didn't want to date a nigga with kids. What did I do? Go and hang out with someone too much, caught some damn feelings, and started trying to talk to a guy with kids, and that shit didn't even last a month. Before I said yes, good, I said no. It was crazy. And now I'm back on my little soapbox where I was before I met his ass. I need to figure out me. I need to prove to myself that I'm worth more than just being a teacher. There is something else that I'm good at. That's not the only thing that I can do in life. And I don't feel like I would be a good suit for anyone until I get some oomph back in me. I feel like the oomp's been knocked out of me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I do that. I feel that. But in doing this van, I'm able to, it sounds really crazy, and I know y'all will be like, what the fuck? But watching this van transform from the shit that it is, and I bought it like this on purpose, and putting my heart, sweat, time, and everything into this, and watching it become something else and be better makes me feel better. It gives me worth. I don't know if you can make that make sense, but it gives me a feeling of I'm doing something, I'm accomplishing something, besides driving for Lyft and fucking off at the beach every day. But at the same time, I still don't feel like going back to work. I don't feel like, one, I'm coming from being a business owner, you guys, and it's really hard to go in someone's job and I'm feeling like I'm half-assing it. If I don't like what they got going on and I'm not on board with their vision and stuff, I feel like I'm not suited to be in that job. You know what I mean? I don't want to be somewhere and I'm half-assing it, because when I had my business, I didn't want nobody coming working for me half-assing it, and that's just my work ethic, and it ain't matching nobody else's when I go work for people. I like the jobs, I don't like the people. I don't like how they hide in the bathrooms and talk on their phones and skip work because they got drunk on the weekend, and I can't. We got more personal talk going on than work. I mean, even though I was an employee, my mindset is still boss, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was driving me. Yeah, you see what you want for Christmas. No, you don't. But this is me figuring me out one day at a time. And I'm not, I don't know, you know, guys, because I get up every day happy. That's the thing. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything living like this. I don't. If anything, I feel like I'm getting more from it because I'm not stuck in one area. I have the freedom to decide to go do something different on a daily basis and not be stuck in something. But then I feel like I'm being irresponsible as an adult sometimes. I'm like, okay, you gotta get off your ass now, Cautious. It's time to get up and do something. So I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my play, and that's what I'm doing, playing. I'm gonna make my play beneficial to someone else so it doesn't feel so worthless. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I was gonna power spray in here, but I watched another live on YouTube, and it suggested that I probably better not power spray up in here with all these exposed wires. See, this is why I've been doing a lot of watching shit before I do anything. I will fuck some shit up. But so I got in here now, and I was like, you know, I love when my house smells like Fabuloso. So I got me some Fabuloso and bleach and decided to come out on Christmas Day and clean my home, my house. And the sad thing about this whole thing is I don't want to be anywhere else. I'm perfectly content. It's crazy as fuck. I'm perfectly content sitting here on Christmas cleaning Haven. I'm content as fuck, and it's crazy. I feel crazy sometimes. I'm like, dude, you don't want nothing out of life? I ask myself these questions, so when you guys come through here and ask, I'm like, hell yeah, I don't know, man, I'm good. I got in here today and redid the setup because I don't have the room for the mat. So I was telling you guys yesterday that I had 2 pieces of wood under my bed so that it could make it into one if I wanted to. So I decided to capitalize on the space. I turned it into one, like a twin bed instead of a full, so that I can have more space to be walking around in here, cleaning and whatnot. And I want to start sleeping in the van before the 1st, you guys. I really do, because I feel like if I went ahead and started staying in here, I could talk about the temperatures. I could talk about, you know, the importance of getting your insulation and different things like that. Like today, it's 32 degrees. And 2 things came across my mind when I came out here to come to work. One, I'm thankful for Adventure Boy for letting me plug into his electric and everything. But then I have to weigh in the fact, what if there was no Adventure Boy? That's what this is all about. This is about doing it myself. So accepting all of this help kind of makes me feel some type of way, you guys, because I set out to do this to show how you could by yourself. And I don't feel like I'm giving an adequate, you know, I don't feel like I'm giving the full thing by doing it like this, because when I came out here to go camping, I already had set out how to do my electricity. I keep it in my car. I don't know. Let me show you guys what I have. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I bought so that you can see what I thought was a good idea for not having electricity. Oh, and I can show you what I did to the van too while I'm up. But hold on here. Down and then turned around and don't know what the hell I did with nothing. I'll be in here looking for shit all day. Well, there's his keys. Where are my keys? Okay. I can't show y'all nothing. I will show you later. Basically, if you go back in my videos. Oh, shit. Okay. I'll find them later. It ain't like I'm going anywhere. But basically, it's a box. And I can't show you through the window because I got 10 on my back window. It's a power box, and it's not a generator. I don't know. Let me see if I can explain it because you guys might understand. It's about this big. It's got jumper cables on it, so you can jump your car if you needed to jump your car without having a second car. It's got a tube on it where you can put air in your tires if you're having a flat. It's got USB ports in it. It's got the house plug-ins in it. And you charge it on the wall, but it stays charged for like 7 hours or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I got it at a pawn shop for $60-something when I came, when I was in St. Pete, because I like pawn shops too. I like pawn shops too. So I got it because I was like, okay, I'm going out to the campground and I need to make sure. And then my tires were not as good as I wanted them to be. Thank God, I just bought some new tires, y'all. That was worrying me. And it's not a jumper box though. Jumper box just has the jumper cables. This has like all kinds of assortment of shit around it, but it's just a box. There's a picture of it in my in one of my things, but that's what I have. The thing that I didn't like about it is loud, and I didn't care at the time that I bought it because I didn't have anything. Okay, that's me. I didn't have shit at first, so let me get this because it's in a price range that I can afford on the money that I make. But now that I've been studying and researching on the RVs and stuff, I found out about power stations and solar stations. And one of Adventure's neighbors has stopped by and offered his help, and he does the solar, where he says once I get my finance in order and I can buy it, he will put that up for me. You know, when I had to tell him, no, you will not. You will stand there and you will show me how to put it up, because if I got to do this shit again, you might not be around. This is what I want to learn, guys. I don't want to just be out here floating around. This is a learning experience. Shit. All of this stuff may come in handy later. I might duck off in some woods and need to know how to take care of myself. No, I don't. I didn't fart, you lying. You got a generator? No, I didn't get the generator because I came in my car and I didn't have space, and I figured I would get it on this end. And I'm glad I didn't, because it hasn't been in use yet. It wouldn't have been useful because I couldn't go camping the way I thought I was going to be able to, because it rains here a lot. Oh my God, I did not know it rained this much in Florida. It's like I came here for the weather, and because it was the sunshine state, and every damn day it's raining. Where's the sunshine? I'm like, well shit, they lied to me. Fucking Siri, bitch. I said, oh my God. But this is what I'm doing for my sanity, as well as to show a reflection of different ways you can save money. And I thought it would be a cool idea to save the $20,000. I was like, you know what? This would be the perfect time to budget a little bit, because I'm never going to get anywhere if I don't get some money behind me. And at some point, I got to stop dicking off, y'all. I'm not getting no younger. And I said I was just going to do this for a year. And my year is up. The 15th of January was my fuck boy. That's my fuck year. I said, okay, my fuckery year. I had no intentions on doing shit this year. I really didn't. And that started at the beginning of the year, okay? I had already said I wasn't doing nothing this year, just in case y'all didn't know that. So in 2023, I set a goal. I said, okay, I still don't want to do anything. I still don't feel like working. I still feel like I'm not done running yet. I'm not done fucking off. But I can't just keep sitting around and not preparing for the future, okay? I gotta have money. So let's just go ahead and, while we're playing, make some money. And that's what this is to me. It's just a plan. It's something to do to kill time. And while I'm killing that time figuring out what I want to do, I get to explore, because I really think I'm going to like this. And I do believe that in June, when I've got to the $10,000 mark, I might go buy me a travel van and put it on the road and start traveling and doing it at the same time. I really feel comfortable in the van. I feel good in here. And I thought that it was going to be uncomfortable and I wouldn't have what I needed. And the more I research and see that I can have everything in this van that I could have if I had the RV, and it's less hassle for me, it just makes me want to maybe get into helping people refurb vans for low cost or something. You know, this is some shit that I could do on a daily basis. I really could get in and clean up and move shit around, and that's something I would like to do. I think it would be cool. So, oh, sorry. I was trying to turn you all around. I think it would be awesome to do something like this. And I've seen, yeah, it's a van. It's a 2002 Econoline, a Ford Econoline cargo van. And I'm loving it. Like, I have, well, now that I've changed it and made it into a twin, I have room for my, that's another thing. Since I'm doing all of this streaming and stuff, I wanted to cut down on the amount of space I was using inside here, so that I would have adequate room to be able to show you what I'm doing and do the lives and things from the van, so you can see what's going on as it's transpiring. Because honestly, I got to get in here and hand wash the inside of this interior. Okay, the whole thing. and it's going to take a few days, but I'm not really in a hurry, so it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? I'm in no hurry at all. I'm just thinking and working and thinking and working and thinking some more. You don't look like you do much for you don't look like you do much for things. Huh? You talking about the van? Because I haven't done anything to the van yet. I haven't even slept in it one night or anything. I'm basically just moving the furniture around every day, trying to see what's going to be my best fit to make it work for a little while, especially since I don't have to have anything set in stone while I'm not moving. That'll give me time to keep playing with different setups and different things I can purchase for the van and stuff before I actually get to a point here in 2 weeks or so where I'm putting the floor in and I start attaching stuff. Because even though I want things to be removable, I got to have some types of attachments to keep them from moving around. And then when I did this halfway, I thought to myself, there's going to be other opportunities that I might want to go half size. So my idea to not do the entire floor is not a valid idea. It's just some shit I said because it's not going to work. But if I wasn't in here moving stuff around and having different ideas, I wouldn't have known that. The more time I spend in the van, the better the setup in the van will be, because I will have to make it work. I have to, make it comfortable, make sure it has all of the necessity, things that it needs in the proper areas and stuff like that. But I won't know that unless I'm in here. It's kind of like when you go buy an apartment and you look at the apartment first and decide what size furniture you want to get, what color goes with the wall. And that's kind of what I'm doing with the van. Me and Haven are having a great time. I'm showing her some love and hoping she's going to show me some love back when we start traveling. But it also gives me time to get the motor checked, get the oil changed, get the plugs and stuff all changed out and all of that before I start hitting the road. So, I mean, I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff as I work. But I'm getting ready to get off of here because I see some people moving. And it's me, I'm cooking breakfast this morning. That was what I wanted to do for Christmas. I'm going to cook breakfast. So I was waiting for them to wake up so I can go cook. That's my contribution to the Christmas holiday. A good breakfast. And I was thankful that even though I'm in my van, I didn't spend Christmas by myself. I'm parked in somebody else's yard, and then whoever came over, came over. They just knock on the hey. But look at it this way. I had more of a Christmas in this van and being over here than I would have staying in that room, because I would have just been shut up in the room by myself. Are you on YouTube? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. And what I've done, or what I'm doing right now, I haven't done a live over there yet, but I downloaded the live from yesterday, which completely sucked. Why y'all didn't tell me the internet kept glitching? Nobody said anything. So that I went ahead and posted it anyway. I mean, it still had good content, but it was glitching out and shit. And that's another thing. I can't even make sure that the broadcast is going to work properly if I'm not spending time in the van. I have to be in here to make sure that everything is going to work right. There's just no other way. And since this is what I'm focusing on right now, I got to get it to work right. And yes, I'm doing this whole thing on TikTok and YouTube, and I also have a Facebook blog. So I'm sharing my time doing lives on each one is my plan. But I want to kind of give it a try, see what happens. I'm doing it anyway, why not? Now you have to excuse my mess because I got shit sitting everywhere so I can clean up, but let's see here. I can't see. I'm slow. Okay.
Tail lights out.
Huh?
His tail lights out.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, why you don't have no good news for me?
I could be a cop pulling you over.
Well, I guess that is the good news.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, thank you. I didn't even know it was out. Hold on just a sec, I'm trying to show the Hey, and I took what we were talking about yesterday and I moved it around. Check it out.
Ah,
To give more space. Since
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it for travel yet, this will be perfect.
yeah, that's not bad.
No. And I doubled up the wood. And when I doubled the blankets, that makes more warmth too.
No, imagine. I mean, if you're going, best thing you can do is go to like Walmart
Uh-huh.
and get their insulated underwear. Like the hunters wear in the woods. It's cheap.
I don't know if I could sleep in all of that. I'll have to try.
It works.
It works.
I'm cheap. I don't like paying JEA. Heating bills and stuff.
So now that I've moved my chair from over here, guys, I really think the refrigerator and stuff would go good right here. I might have to look for how it's going to work out.
You got your monitor and your TV. Okay.
And then I decided on the TV, I may not do the stand. I may take those legs off because the TV is so light that heavy duty Velcro I was talking about would
Yeah.
actually support that TV hanging from the ceiling right on the edge up here.
Or if you had the pegboard in there,
Ah.
just a couple of hooks.
I-
They make like a mesh, like I don't know what you call it, a bag or a hanging thing, so you can stuff stuff up in there too.
Well, I'm going to start doing the insulation and stuff. I got 2 weeks. I can't do anything until after the 1st. I got to make sure everything gets done.
Well, I hear you.
But then I'm going to be hopefully start staying in it just to kind of see how it keeps up.
Well, wintertime won't be bad. You been through summer here yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is my first real like being here for the whole winter. And
It'll
honestly,
last about 2.5 months.
the little heater actually did pretty good. I stayed out here and it dropped down to 28 degrees.
I know.
And it was, well, I could see my breath when I stood outside the van. And then I would go in the van. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, I keep my heat set to like 70
Uh-huh.
in the house, and basically I wear long johns the rest of the time. Harley rider, motorcycle, I got all kinds of thermal
Y'all
stuff.
gonna have me running around here looking like Tom Bunyan or
Hey,
somebody.
do what you
That's
gotta
funny.
do. There's some stuff. There's actually a lot of snow skiers have thermals and stuff that are similar.
All right, you guys. That is the setup. But here, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I got to go and get breakfast and everything. And I would like to enjoy my conversation. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. And I'll make sure I do the story time